Good afternoon and welcome to the ribbon cutting for the West Virginia Department of Veterans Assistance. It's Parkersburg. The department has 16 benefits offices around the state of West Virginia. The state are working and serving the veterans of the state. The good news is, and I hope I'm not this thing, and it's done by our veteran service officers primarily around the state who work awfully hard. Where we can make improvements and steadily, one by one, we're trying to get better service for the veterans around the state, and it's happening. And it's happening because of this administration, and we are grateful. Today's Parkersburg office reopening, we were downtown, nice enough facilities in the Wood County Courthouse, and but we didn't have enough room, and we needed a little better presentation, and we are delighted to be at St. Joseph Landing for this ribbon cutting. Before turning it over, I would like to recognize a couple of folks who are here today. Parkersburg Mayor Tom Joyce is here. Thank you, sir, for coming. Delegate John Kelly is here in the back. Delegate Kelly, thank you, sir. Delegate Trenton Barnhart's here. There you are, over the side. Welcome, sir. We have Bob Villers from Congressman McKinley's office is here. And I do believe Wood County Commissioner Bob Teeby is here. Yes. What do we need to do to better serve our veterans? And that was the first question I got in my role as Chief of Staff. And the question has never ceased. And I would like to introduce to you the person who has pushed and pushed and pushed to make our department better, Cabinet Secretary Dennis Davis. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much, Chief Coleman. I really appreciate that. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. It's really a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited. By the way, the Chief mentioned $2 billion in federal veterans funds are coming to the state. That's every year. I want you to know that we're expecting another $2 billion next year and the year after that, and even more. And we're really proud of that, and we're really particularly proud of the support we're getting from the governor in that regard. Governor, I've got to tell you something that happened in your office yesterday that I'm going to mention here today. You got a message from a constituent here in West Virginia, and they had watched the debate the night before. And so they sent a little note over to your office, which I'm going to share here, and they were inquiring about something that you said, which we're very glad that you said it. And that was during the gubernatorial debate last evening, which was Tuesday, Governor Justice made the statement that he has accomplished or done a lot for our veterans. I'm a veteran with 23 years of military service, and I'm interested to know what all he has done for veterans. Please provide a list of those things so that I can share them with other veterans. I mean, that question was made for me. Well, of course, Governor, you know your constituent people send those types of inquiries around to the various departments to respond to it, which I did, and I was so glad that I got that yesterday, and we responded to it yesterday. So her question was, what has the governor done? Well, I'm going to tell you what the governor has done. Per your request, please find below things Governor Justice has done for veterans since taking office. Number one, he got a major bill passed by the legislature to exempt West Virginia veterans from retirement income on their personal income tax. Maybe I didn't say it. On their retirement income, they do no longer have to pay state income tax. And you may recall this lady said, this person said that they had been here 23 years, so Governor, quite frankly, they were a veteran for 23 years, so perhaps they can take advantage of that first thing. That bill sat around here for a long time and could never get it over the finish line, and the governor got it over there the first time out, so we're really appreciative of that. That's number one. Number two, the governor provided funding for 25 new vans for our veteran transportation program here in the state of West Virginia. 25 new vans. We had not received vans in many years. Those vans had mileage of 200,000 and 300,000 on them. We've got 25 more new ones now as a result. So that's another thing that the governor has done. He provided funding to open 5 new regional offices, one of which we're opening here today. The others are in Wheeling, Charleston, Taze Valley, and on the 29th of this month, we're going to open another one in Logan, along with the one here in Parkersburg. So that's another thing that we were able to enjoy as a result of the governor. We got a supplemental appropriation of $5 million the governor provided for us to address some issues we were dealing with that have been ongoing with the department. He recently designated a segment of the West Virginia Turnpike between Charleston and Beckley as the Gold Star Families Memorial Highway. What a tribute to those families and their sacrifices that their families have made. And just recently, the governor is providing $5,000 grants to 246 veteran organizations, American Legion, Vietnam Veterans of America, Disabled American Veterans, the Marine Corps League, and on and on and on. Because those organizations have been struggling since March and the pandemic because they raise funds to help other veterans. If they're need a bag of groceries, if their roof is leaking in the back bedroom, no matter what it is, these groups work to help the other veterans. And so I would only say to the person that contacted your office, Governor, those are a few of the things that you have done. And I say it here publicly today in case there are others out there who had the same question. And the governor, I just can't say it any better, that you have been one of the strongest supporters of veterans as a governor that we've ever had. And I just really am appreciative and glad to be a part of Team Justice and all the work that you're doing. I can honestly say that you've committed yourself to our veterans. And quite frankly, Governor, the veterans know it, and they really do appreciate all that you have done. And I'm sure that as we continue going forward, there will be other things and other opportunities that you may have to assist these veterans here in the state of West Virginia. So, Governor, as I introduce you, I just want to say I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of the great state of West Virginia, Mr. Jim Justice. Governor.
Well, Dennis is really kind. He's an incredible secretary. He's an incredible individual. Now, let me tell you this, that I had no idea where he was going when he said that someone had written in. I had no idea, of all the stuff that he was going to read to you and everything. And it's a lot of stuff. But I want to just say this. In just a few minutes, I guess we're going to cut a ribbon. At that time, I sure want, Delegate Kelly, I want Trenton, I want absolutely our mayor, I want our commissioner, I want our representative of Secretary or Congressman McKinley. I want them to come up with me. But let me just say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. First of all, you have a great, great secretary, and you've got great people in your community right here. And we've done a lot of stuff. We have done a lot of stuff. But when it really all boils right down to it, these are the people that have given us this day in America right now. Is it a lot of stuff? Really? We absolutely need to continue to do more and more and more. And for those of us that may not believe that, you're just plain wrong. I'll tell you this too. Oftentimes, our veterans become taken advantage of and forgotten to some degree. Not with me. I mean it when I tell you that I owe everything in my life, everything that I am. I will do anything at any time, and I don't blow smoke at anybody. I don't tell anything but the truth. I am not a politician. I am telling you to God above, we need to support our veterans at every turn in the road that we can forevermore. Forevermore. Too many lonely nights they have. Too many days that they really are wondering, where are we? Where are we when they were charging up the hills and doing everything that they did to ensure who we are? Who we are. And all they want is us to be with them. Now, I tell this story over and over, and it's honest to God's truth if I die right now, because that's all I'm going to do is tell you that truth. Now, just think about this. I go to Parkersburg. This is my first go-round, right as soon as I got there, I think. But we were in session, whenever it was. We were in session, and I go to Parkersburg, and I'm speaking to a bunch of vets there at Parkersburg. And I said to them, I said, the most important thing that you would like to have, if I could deliver, what would it be? Now think about this. And I want you to take this in to the depths of your soul. There was a guy that stood up, naturally an elderly guy, and he said, well, Governor, forever and ever, all we've wanted is for our retirement to be exempt from state income tax. Well, I had no clue what that would cost. No clue. And I said, does anyone here have any idea what that would cost? Now think about this just a second. Our revenue in our state and our budget is $4.5 billion with a B dollars. $1 billion. So I said, what do you think that would cost? I had no idea. I had no idea if he'd come back and say $143 million, of which I would think at that time in our state would have been almost impossible to do. He said, I think it's somewhere between $2.7 and $3.2 million. Now, I'm telling you, honest to God above, and I feel that way right now, but tears come to my eyes to think that our state has not already stepped up. Are you kidding me? It is a drop in the ocean of the dollars that we spend in our state. And these are the very people, I've said it until I'm blue-green, the very people that ask so little and have given so much. You know, it's embarrassing in some ways. We love them, and we need to show that we love them at every turn. I am very proud to be able to be just a part, a grain of sand, in opening these facilities and the vans and all the different stuff we do. But for God's sakes a living, I really appreciate our secretary saying all the good stuff that's happened, but we needed to do it, and we need to continue to do it. It is what is expected of us, in my opinion. So let's just keep on keeping on. You know, at the end of the day, I've said this a bunch of times, but my responsibility as your governor is lots of different things. To comfort you, to try to guide you through the pandemic, to try to do a lot of stuff. But the number one thing that I'm supposed to do, the way I see it, is look after the economics of the state. Look after the economics, because if the engine runs and it runs well, at that point in time, we're able to do more and more and more and more. And if we come off the tracks and we don't have a dollar to do anything and everything, all we could possibly do is find a way to cut. And every time we cut, somebody leaves. This engine's really running. And it's going down the tracks like a rocket ship now. If we don't get in our own way, we've got more and more and more good coming. I can never be more thankful. I think about my dad all the time. An Air Force captain, probably not a whole lot of training, came right out of Purdue University, went in the Air Force, went into war. I think about him all the time. A man that never would tell me anything about his service. Nothing. Ever. Those people were the greatest. The people we have today are the greatest. The people that have passed are the greatest. We should remember them all. This is what we should do. Not what we've done, it's what we should do. Let's cut a ribbon, all of y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Okay, the governor asked for certain people to come up, please. Don't be bashful, come right on up. Thank you. Thank you, Governor. Gentlemen, why don't you come up and come alongside the governor? The governor stand in the middle and you'll make you do the thing. Well, I'm going to do the thing with you. Okay. Y'all, some of you go over there. I got it. Oh, you got it. I got it. You grab one. Okay. Don't you smash my fingers. Okay. Everybody here? Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's socially distance. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. This concludes the program.